Today is March 2nd, and today's quote is entitled, "What is Success?" It's a very important topic because success has been defined for us by society, but that's a definition they've given, but not the real spiritual definition. Take stock of what talents Krishna has given you and use them to the best of your ability to do your humble part in his service. This is success. This success will please Krishna and will change the lives of many over the course of your life. So, samsiddhi haritoshanam. Complete perfection is to please Krishna. So Prabhupada has given this definition of success. And outside of Krishna consciousness movement, there are many definitions that have been given of success. And they usually evolve around doing something which is worthy, doing something which is beneficial, doing something that's in your heart, that's your calling. What do they say? Follow your bliss. Doing something which will make you happy, doing something that will make other people happy. But it's not really a very spiritual definition. So our definition of success is that you make an effort to please Krishna. Now, whether that effort is externally successful or not is not the definition of success. Just like Srila Prabhupada came to America in 1965. For my estimation, that was a tremendous success, that he got on the boat, that he came and made the effort to try to preach in America. That was like amazing that he would even try to do that. But as we know, that was the order given by a spiritual master. And Prabhupada used to lament sometimes that I waited so long to do it, but better late than never. So I see that as tremendous success, that he was pleasing his spiritual master. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, of course, wanted the Krishna consciousness movement to spread and help Srila Prabhupada do it. But from Srila Prabhupada's perspective, he was just being an instrument. And so his success was that he was making the effort. Now, a lot of times we won't do something because we're afraid we won't be successful. But if we think that if I try to do it to please Krishna, then whether I succeed externally or not is not the most important thing, but whether I do it in the right consciousness, make my best efforts, that's the most important thing. Then it's much easier to undertake these things for which we think we will fail, because no longer do we really care if we will fail. Just like some people, they're a little nervous to go out on book distribution because they're afraid they will approach somebody and the person won't take a book. But just making the effort is success. You've stopped them, you've shown them the book, you've told them something about the book. Maybe you've given them a little prasadam or given them a mantra card. Even if they don't take the book, that's success. You've made the effort. Now there's another aspect of success also, which is the process of learning, that we learn by failing. So if we fail, but we've learned something, that's also a kind of success. And in some cases, we won't really know if something is successful or the right way to do it unless we try. Now, if you look at Prabhupada's preaching strategies, they changed periodically because he was dealing with different situations and different circumstances. And after a few years of trying certain things, he would see what would work and what wouldn't work. For example, in the beginning, he said we don't need varnashram. Later on, he saw that not all of us were fit to be Vaishnavas, and that we did need varnashram. So that was a huge change. Early on, he said, street Harinam Sankirtan, that's the most important thing. We should do that every day. As book distribution increased, he put emphasis on book distribution. So this is the most important activity. In the beginning of the movement, he wanted to open 108 temples. He stressed 108 temples. At a certain point, the stress went into preaching and book distribution more than opening temples. Even in Prabhupada's books, he said it's not the duty of a sannyasi to open temples unless there is facility. The real thing is to preach. So as he would see how things were going, he would alter his strategies. So some things were working well for a while. Some things never worked really that well. Some things continued to work well. So what wasn't working well, he would adjust. I don't think Prabhupada ever thought that he was a failure. if something didn't work well. I think we could say if you stuck to a program that wasn't working, that would be failure. But if you try a program and it doesn't work, then you try something else and try something else, you find something that works better, that in no way is a failure. That's just the process of learning, and that's the process of success. So, for us as devotees, we're told, Krishna tells us, be detached from the results. Fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, victory or defeat, loss or gain, and so forth. So that's an attachment to Dharma. It's attachment to the service. It's duty. I'm doing this for Krishna. I'm not attached. I wanted to be successful. I want to do my best. But whatever the result is, that it's not for me to enjoy anyway. But what I'm meant to do is do my Dharma. So if we become Dharma, you could say Dharma-based in what we do, I'm doing this because it's the right thing, then we'll be happy. I was a temple president early on in the movement. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't like that position. And then I tried to get my permanent residence in Canada. And if I didn't get it, I wouldn't be able to stay in Canada. I'd have to go back to America, where I'm from. And I was given the permanent residence. And when I was given the permanent residence, which was difficult to get at that time, I understood Krishna wanted me there. And it was much easier to stay there and deal with the difficulties, because now I was doing it out of a Dharma-based attitude, that Krishna, I can see you really want me here because you gave me the green card. So when we accept things on the basis of Dharma, we become detached from the results, and we're just doing it because it's the right thing and we should do it. And it's a much easier way to act. And then we're not so upset about failing or how successful we are, or if the temple down the road is more successful, or this Prabhu next to me is distributing more books. That's less important. But what's important is that we do our duty, and that pleases Krishna. And real success, as we said in the beginning, is to please Krishna. Hare Krishna.